I sat at the end of the conference table and watched as the lead architect handed the keys to the new downtown project to a guy who had joined the firm 6 months ago. I have been the senior designer at this company for 8 years, and I was the one who actually stayed up until sunrise, fixing the structural errors in the blueprints that this new guy had overlooked. Nobody even looked in my direction as the champagne was poured and the toasts were made to the bright future of the department. It was a level of professional erasure that made my skin feel cold. And I realized that my reliability had become a prison where I was expected to do the work while others took the credit. The director, a man named Marcus, had always told me that my time was coming and that I was the backbone of the firm, but backbone apparently meant being hidden away in a dark office. I had mentored the new hire, Jason, showing him exactly how to navigate the city's zoning laws and introducing him to the clients who now only wanted to talk to him. I realized that by being the person who never complained and always delivered, I had made myself invisible to the people who made the big decisions. Seeing Jason stand there and accept the praise for my late-night revisions was the moment I realized that loyalty to this firm was a one-way street leading to a dead end. I didn't join the toast. Instead, I stood up and walked to the front of the room, picking up the master file that contained the original drafts of the project. I looked Marcus in the eye and asked him if he had a moment to discuss the final signature on the liability documents, since my stamp was the only one that made the building legal. The room went quiet as Jason's smile faltered, and Marcus tried to usher me back to my seat, saying we could talk about paperwork later. I didn't move. I told him that if I was important enough to carry the legal responsibility for the structural integrity, I was important enough to be acknowledged as the lead. The tension was thick enough to choke on, and for the first time in years I saw a flicker of genuine fear in my boss's eye. I walked out of that meeting before the cake was even cut and went straight to my office to pack my personal belongings into a single cardboard box. I sent a formal resignation email to the entire partnership before I reached the elevator, stating that my engineering license would be withdrawn from all pending projects effective immediately. The fallout was instantaneous, with Marcus calling my phone repeatedly as he realized that without my signature, the downtown project was dead in the water. I didn't pick up. I drove to the park and sat in the sun, feeling the first spark of real freedom I had felt since I started that job. I ended up opening my own boutique firm a month later, and within 2 weeks, 3 of the firm's biggest clients had already tracked me down to move their business to me. They didn't care about the corporate name. They cared about the person who actually knew how to keep their buildings from falling down. I am much more successful now, and I make sure that every junior designer in my office is given a seat at the table and a name on the door. I realize that being overlooked is a choice you make by staying quiet, and I am never going to be the invisible backbone for someone else's success again. My new office is thriving, and I finally feel like the person in charge of my own destiny.